Mark 8. In those days, when again a great crowd had gathered, and they had nothing to eat, he called his disciples to him, and said to them, I pity the crowd, because they have continued with me for 3 days, and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away to their homes without food, they will faint on the way, for some of them have come from far away. And his disciples answered him, Where shall one be able to find bread for these men here in such a desolate place? And he asked them, How many loaves have you? And they said, 7. And he commanded the crowd to sit down on the ground, and he took the 7 loaves, and having given thanks, he broke them, and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And they set them before the crowd. And they had a few small fishes, and having blessed them, he commanded to set these also before them. And they ate and were filled, and they gathered 7 baskets of broken pieces that remained over. And they were about 4,000, and he sent them away. And immediately he got into the boat with his disciples and went into the region of Dalmanutha. And the Pharisees came and began to question him, seeking of him a sign from heaven, testing him. And he sighed deeply in his spirit and said, Why does this generation seek a sign? Truly, I say to you, no sign shall be given to this generation. And he left them and again got into the boat and departed for the other side of the lake. And they forgot to take bread, and they did not have more than 1 loaf in the boat with them. And he ordered them, saying, Take heed, beware of the yeast of the Pharisees and the yeast of Herod. And they reasoned one with another, saying, It is because we have no bread. And Jesus, perceiving it, said to them, Why do you so reason, because you have no bread? Do you not yet perceive nor understand? Is your heart so hardened? Having eyes, can't you see? And having ears, can't you hear? And do you not remember? When I broke the 5 loaves among the 5,000, how many baskets full of broken pieces did you gather? They said to him, 12. And when the 7 among the 4,000, how many basketfuls of broken pieces did you gather? And they said to him, 7. And he said to them, How is it that you do not yet understand? And they went to Bethsaida, and they brought to him a blind man, and begged him to touch him. And he took hold of the blind man by the hand, and brought him out of the village. And when he had spat on his eyes, and laid his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw anything. And he looked up and said, I see men, but I see them as trees walking. Then Jesus put his hands on his eyes again, and made him look up. And his sight was restored, and he saw everyone clearly. And he sent him away to his home, saying, Do not even enter into the village. And Jesus went with his disciples into the villages of Caesarea Philippi. And on the way he questioned his disciples, saying to them, Who do men say that I am? And they told him, saying, John the Baptist, and others, Elijah, but others one of the prophets. And he asked them, But who do you say that I am? Peter answered and said to him, You are the Christ. And he ordered them that they should tell no one about him. He began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders, and the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. And he spoke these things openly, and Peter took him aside, and began to rebuke him. But he, turning about and seeing his disciples, rebuked Peter, and said to him, Get behind me, Satan, for you are mindful of the things of men instead of the things of God. And he called to him the crowd with his disciples, and said to them, If any of you wants to be my followers, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life shall lose it, and whoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, he shall save it. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? For what should a man give in exchange for his life? For whoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, the Son of Man also shall be ashamed of him when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels.